What up? What up? What up? What's happening, good people? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's happening. We in the building. Enlightened Ediot podcast, doing what it is that we do each and every Saturday. You mean we talk heavy, we talk crazy. I don't know. It is what it is. But the rant for this week goes as follows. For some reason, I don't know why, but people have this misconception that help looks one way and one way only, but it doesn't. Sometimes help actually looks like the complete opposite of what you think it should look like. The crazy part is when it looks like the complete opposite of what you think it should like, most of the time it's actually the most helpful. A lot of y'all need help and you say, oh, just give me a few bucks. But them few bucks might not help you. That advice that they give you actually might be better. You may think, oh, I need to do this specific thing. And somebody showed you how to do something completely different because that's what you actually needed at the moment. Help don't has to look like exactly what you wanted to look like for it to be actual help. Sometimes it needs to be uncomfortable. Sometimes it needs to be something that you didn't see coming, something that you don't understand, something that you don't know. Sometimes that conversation is worth way more than anything that anybody can put in your hand. Y'all need to start understanding that, start figuring that out. Stop thinking that help only looks like what you want it to look like. It's a lot of times, let's be honest, you want help, but you don't really know what kind of help you actually need. So you go to a person and they might say, you know what, this is the help that you need based on what you just said. Because a lot of times when you razzle, you don't really know what you really want or need. You just figuring it out. It is what it is. Stop thinking that help's supposed to look one way and accept the help that you actually get. I'm just saying.
What's happening?
What up, say?
Not much. Just, here on this beautiful Saturday night, just so I don't get fired.
Okay. Whatever that means. Sure.
Yeah, nah, I mean, no, trust me, I've definitely learned uh people in 2026 feels help is you doing it for them. That's what help is. Help is not saying, hey, I'm gonna put you in this position. What you do with it is what you do with it. Help is not, hey, let me give you a little bit of tools. I'm not gonna give you all of it. I'm gonna give you a little bit because you gotta work for something. That's not help. Help is, what I mean, I'm 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 a I'm not only gonna build a table, I'm gonna build the chairs, I'm gonna set the table, I'm gonna put food on the plate, and have you sit down like this is a 5-star restaurant and me push you in. So yeah. So needless to say, I stopped helping a lot of people. Yeah.
It just
Can't do it
it
no
just
more.
amazes me, man, when people they ask for help and you give them something. You can give them exactly what they actually articulate, but it don't
And it's not
look
good
like
enough.
what they expect it to look like. So it's like, oh, you didn't help me. What?
The other people I won't say hate. The other people I can't stand is the ones that case in point might say, hey, there's a function going on over here. Come over here. And you do that and you do your own legwork. You get everything popping. You network. You do all the things you're supposed to do when someone invites you to an area you're not supposed to. And then they keep bringing up, hey, you remember that thing I did for you? What, invite me somewhere?
Facts. You
You
shot
want
me an
what you want,
invitation.
bro?
I showed up, and now I owe you, huh?
You're right. Yeah. I mm, I
If
have
that's
one of
the case,
those
just don't invite me to nothing. I'm
at
just saying.
all. At all. And I'm cool with it. Because hey, if you didn't invite me, I wouldn't have known anyway. So no love, no loss.
That's a fact. What's poppin', son?
What's up? What's up? What's up with y'all, man?
Nothing much. Oh,
Man.
you sipping on something? Oh, you sipping on a red cup too?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You know how we gotta do.
The fact that you double cup, you got some scissor up in there.
Mind your business.
I'm talking to you. You over there double cupping. I mean, you is in Houston.
Yeah.
I said, mind your business is what I said.
Oh, my bad.
Got that cold.
My bad. We got Miss Taco in the building.
Miss Floor Tree herself.
What's up?
What's happening, y'all?
Not much.
And everyone tired? What's going
on? Yeah, I am tired.
Yeah, I'm holding on by a string, but
it's been one of them weeks for everybody, huh?
Yeah.
Fully understand. It is what it is.
Hold on, baby. Chill. Hold on. You know what time it is, man. Come on now. All on the table. A cast unmatched, get outclassed. Who's not typecast for telling fables. The artifacts just kick back. Enjoy the panel. With true flies in all sides, get different angles. With grown talk, the mission. Small talk is missing. Free talk don't always equate to your addition. The difference, no misstep in intellect. Delayed stress. This podcast a safe bet. Stay enlightened.
Why he the mascot tonight?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay. All right. I just, I'm here in the man cave today with the three amigos, the three Negregos.
You didn't get the memo?
Oh yeah, I got it. It's cool. I'm used to this. It's okay.
Hey,
the fact that you showed up ready for war is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't show up ready for war. It's just, I'm ready. Not for war, but I'm ready.
Look like you ready.
Ready, always ready. Trust me, always.
Roger, I have no clue where this is about to go tonight.
You have not a clue where it's about to go tonight at all.
I already see it. So tonight I wanted to talk about, man, because let's be honest, and Hectic says it all the time. It's definitely a war on black men. And it's getting to the point where it's starting to get kind of like ridiculous at this point. Like, I seen something the other day and somebody said the only two groups of people that can live in their actual truth are women and LGBTQ members, right? And when they first said it, I'm like, I don't know about that. But then I start thinking about it, right? So let's look at the situation with Meg and Clay, right? First it came out Meg cheated. Say again?
We're still talking about them?
Let me finish what I'm about to say. So first off, it came out the fact that apparently he cheated, right? Then it comes out he didn't actually cheat. What he said was, I don't think I'm ready to be monogamous. That turned into, he had to cheat on Meg because this is what he said.
Yeah.
Now, if a woman was to say, I'm not ready to be monogamous, it's like, all right, you know what? Let her find herself, etc., etc. A man says that, it's like, oh, how dare you, you dog. You the lowest scum on the earth. You pond scum. Like, he's all the worst words.
Pond scum is crazy.
I'm just saying. At times, that's how we get treated. And I know people don't want to say it that way, but let's be honest, that's really what it be. So, Freddie, why do you believe that? Well, matter of fact, I ain't gonna say that. Do you believe a straight male can actually live in his truth without being torn down for it?
You have to say a straight heterosexual cis male.
I'm not saying.
First of all, I was about to say,
I'm never using that
I don't
word.
even know a cis male, all of that, bruh. Look,
Yeah.
and they live in their truth.
Come on, even that right there. Why we gotta have like why do you even have to say that?
I mean, they say it for women too. I'm a cis woman.
Yeah.
I'm just a woman. How about that? I'm just a woman, a black woman at that first. Men can live in their truth. I think they've been living in their truth, but it's always a different point of view. It's a different perspective. How can we say we haven't been living in men's truth? And this is the essence of the man's world that we living in right now. So I don't really your question is kind of like
What is the essence of a man's world?
little loaded.
What do you mean by that?
What's that?
What do you mean by this is the essence of a man's world?
We live in a patriarchy. That's it. We already living in the truth of a man right now.
But
do you understand what I'm saying? To y'all's perspective, no. In my perspective, it still is, because if I cannot go into a conversation where there's a room full of men and they come in and respect me and not see me as a sexual object or nothing.
So you wait a minute. So you think if I walk into a room full of all women, I'm not going to be looked at as a sexual object?
I didn't say, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about
we try not to cuss in the first 15 minutes, so I ain't going to say what I was about to say to you, bro.
Nah, go ahead and cuss. Go ahead and cuss. You go ahead and ruin it. Not me. You go ahead and ruin it.
You know who I was talking about.
What I'm saying is again, and I just want to preface this entire conversation tonight. Y'all know I'm not going to win tonight's conversation ever against y'all, because y'all going to have the team up, I'm not even going to say the team up. Go ahead.
Well, you are making hell of assumptions.
No, I'm not even making assumptions. I seen the episode last week with Tasha, and I wanted to jump in so many times and help her, but I wasn't.
Tasha dug those holes for herself.
I know sometimes she does, but listen. But I still wanted to help my sister out because she was here by herself, and I was like, oh.
The bad part about last week is I kept trying to help Tasha out, and somehow she just was like, "No, I'm using my shovel. I don't care how y'all feel about it. It is what it is."
Hey, 6 feet or 8 feet? How much is the proper height for this?
But no, what I'm saying is though, like, men already live their truth, and what I mean by that is though, men have, again, y'all gonna be like, no, it's not. Women are just now getting their control now, and I mean not just like sexuality and all of that, but I'm saying like we're just now being able to have our own bank accounts and our own houses and things that ourselves.
Just now.
What you mean just now?
You said y'all just now able to do that?
In the most recent yes.
In my entire life, y'all been able to do that, and I'm
your entire life. But your entire life is what I'm saying. But one generation prior to me, it wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? And in some places, it's still messed up where the woman can't do. Anyway, men live their truth, especially if you go into some of these, fraternities, I guess, if you will. There's certain things that it's a secret society, just like women. They're going to rally up against whatever their cause is for, their benefit. So men not living in their truth. I mean, to an extent, yeah. Everybody's going to get degraded for their choices that they make, period. It's just subjective. Who's judging you? At the end of the day, who's judging you, and do you care? But to answer your question, I don't give a damn about nobody, actually. Live your life.
All right.
What does that have to do? What you eat doesn't make Freddie shit. So do you?
That's 16 minutes.
Oh, dang. Poop. Caca. Dookie. Excrement. My bad, bro. My bad.
One of these days, we're going to make it a full 15. One of these days.
I'm a mute.
It is what it is. Hectic, how you feel about her response?
I made a post a week or so ago. Maybe it was a couple of days. I don't know. I'll be posting a lot, so I don't know. I said, if you're constantly looking at the past, you're constantly looking behind you. There's a lot of stuff now that women supersedes men in. Maybe not as a whole majority, but there's a lot more female CEOs. There's a lot more females in different occupations that at one point men dominated in. Now it's more them than there are males, because let's face it, it used to be, I think in my 20s, I think the ratio was 3 or 5 to 1. Now it seems like it's 10 to 15 to 1. Now women are just, people just having girl babies everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, it is, women are doing their thing in certain aspects, and then, you know, they're not in others. You know what I mean? So I don't even know what the question was. I'm not even gonna hold you. I felt like I was on.
Why do you think it's such an attack on black men, on men in general? I ain't even gonna say black men, on men in general.
Okay, that's an easier answer. I feel because of what Freddie just said, women feel so subjected for all these years that there's now a super overcorrection of that. And instead of us just meeting in the middle and us saying, okay, yeah, we did wrong. Okay, yeah, this person did wrong. Okay, now we're in the middle. Let's correct these past behaviors and let's move forward. There's such a now overcorrection of that they skipped all the way over the middle line and they went far left with it. So now anybody who's a cis male or whatever is automatically enemy number one. And it's like, I'm just saying, I'm telling you, people watch this and be like,
I'm just saying the fact that you had to pause and remind yourself how to say
because I know what's going to, because I know what's going to be in the comments, right? Because I see it on Twitter all the time. Trans males are okay, bi males are okay, gay males are okay, but if you are naturally a heterosexual born man, you are project enemy number one. And that's just what the narratives online are saying, right? So there's a systematic attack. We see it in TV shows now. We see it in news articles. We see it all around, like, oh, this man did X, Y, and Z. But now all these female teachers out here doing crazy work, which y'all left my childhood messed up because, hey, I wouldn't have told
when I was in school. Where was that when I was in school?
So what's interesting is y'all wouldn't mind being sexually assaulted as a teenager as long as it's allegedly. As long as it was a woman and they was older, it's like a fantasy for y'all. Is that what you saying?
That's not necessarily what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
asking though, because when that's brought up, like there's a whole episode of South Park when they be like, nice. When the older teacher, the woman teacher, takes advantage of the young boy.
Well, because we've been told our lives that the predators are males. Yeah. All our lives, we've been told the kidnappers are males. All our lives, the molesters, the white man. All these things, all these bad things, been men. Now
how come, and why can't women? Why you mad that women are now superseding that? How come we can't be predators?
We're not. Hold on. We just saying have the same equality and have the same anger y'all did for the men. That's all we're saying.
Here's what's crazy. Hold on, real quick, Freddie. Here's what's crazy, right? Everybody that watched that South Park episode, they all feel the same way, right? But here's the part that nobody don't pay attention to, right?
Nobody don't pay attention to?
Yes. The part that nobody pays attention to. What do you mean?
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I said the part that nobody pays attention to. What's wrong with that?
No, that's not what you said, but keep going.
What did I say? Tell me.
It don't matter. Go ahead what you do.
The part that nobody pays attention to is the fact that when they first went in there to report it, as soon as they said a female, nobody cared. Because as a man, if I go into a police station right now and say some chick raped me, they're gonna be looking like, Man, you
Hey,
lying.
you mean
Whatever.
great? You mean great?
There's
Because y'all are
great.
dropping.
You can't
Okay,
say
thank
Yeah,
you.
and somebody graped me. That just sounds
Yeah.
crazy.
sounds
Even
so.
that's
It
pissing
sounds
me
like
off. Why can't
gaping.
just talk?
Somebody gaped
Like,
me. I don't want to hear like you know what I mean.
Did I
That
miss
sounds
something? Where the hell
too
I
close
been
to
at? Where
gaping.
all these damn
It-
new
it-
words
it-
coming from?
Well, no, it's there's a reason why I said that term. If we look at, never mind. Go ahead. Keep going.
Nah,
social
I
media,
got
if you're on certain platforms, you can't say certain words. You will get banned and all types of other stuff. So I get what he's saying. At
Okay.
times, I forget about it because to me,
It's a
bullshit.
word. It's a
It's
word.
a word. It is what it is.
It's a word.
But again, if a man walks into a police station and says something happened to him, unless he's saying it's another dude, it's looked at as like, man, whatever, get out of here.
And even if it is another dude, it's still like
Now, when we say, man, why that could where was they at when we was in school? Because our teachers was like 93 years old,
Yeah.
wasn't worth being looked at. Now you got these 23-year-old baddies in school tossing cheeks to these 17-year-olds. But let's be honest, he's 17, she 23. It ain't like it's a super big gap in between them. That's why for us, we might look at it a little bit differently because it's not like that huge of a gap. I'm 9 out of 10. A 19-year-old chick gonna mess with a dude that's 25 anyway. Like it just is what it is type situation. You know what I mean? I don't know. Y'all just threw me off with this whole scenario. I just think it's crazy. It is what it is.
It's a double standard. Double standards exist
It's
everywhere.
definitely.
Everywhere. It exists in genders, it exists in race, it is everywhere. And all we do, and the world is subjective, and all we're gonna do is sit around and argue about it. That's it. We're gonna discuss
No,
and
I said you
argue.
were right. I said you were 100% right, Freddie.
No, that's what I'm saying. Exactly, Hectic. Exactly. I mean, that's just what it is, though. It's just what it is. And I think it's interesting because, like you said, Raw, if a man says XYZ and makes a woman to be a villain or the the aggressor, then that ain't right. The women can't be the aggressor. Women can't be, they're a victim typically. You know what I'm saying? But however, I think it's so interesting that we give women the benefit of the doubt when it's a victim, right? But when they're the predator, we don't. And I get that's what y'all was saying. We don't blink an eye like a predator. Nah, a woman wouldn't do that.
Look at the JP Morgan chick, the CEO or the exec, up here telling the dude, "Hey, you want this promotion? You already know what to do."
But here's the thing, to an extent, and I have the same argument about men. To this extent, though, where did women learn this behavior from? Where did this culture come from? No, I'm just saying, no, like what are we mimicking? Because women are like, nah, we're not going to do this. We're going to act like
predator
behavior though.
Yeah, I mean, because they've experienced. Because here's the thing: this is how I get my power in some people's minds. I get my power when I turn into my predator. So you either going to be a victim, or you're going to make more victims.
Myron, why do we so commonly allow the few to outweigh the many?
What?
Why do we so commonly allow the few to outweigh the many? Basically, what I'm saying is, right, it's literally 1 out of maybe 10 dudes that'll take some yams. But somehow, if you if you get caught in the woods, would you rather be with the man or the bear? Well, I'd rather be with the bear because I don't got to worry about the bear taking the yams. How do we get to the point where we've let the few outweigh the many? Even when it comes to fatherhood, like, oh, all dudes are deadbeats. Like, it's all men cheat. Like, it's just crazy. Like,
anything negative, I feel, and not to cut you off, Myron, I feel like anything, it's almost like yin and yang. Women positive, men evil. I don't know where that disconnect happened and when that happened. Well, go ahead, Freddie. You have a rebuttal?
I was just gonna say, he said, why is it as one and did I'm gonna always say this: 62 million men went on a website. 62 million men, American men. Hold on, and I'm just saying this to throw it out there. Y'all want us to pick the right one, be decisive, and all of this. This is 62 million men went on this website to see how they can assault their partners without them knowing. And then some of them posted video or directions how to. And
now, was this factual, or did someone just say it was 62 million men?
Let me say
this.
It was
an article. It was an article.
I just saw that. Me and my wife were just talking about that. That's crazy.
Hold on. Let me say this, right? Yeah. You say every week, right? Whenever something come up, you say 62 million men went on there, right?
Yeah.
There's between 164 and 168 million males on the planet right now, as we speak, in the United States, right? Now,
you said on the planet in the United States. Which one is it? You
on
said
this planet in the United States.
Okay.
We just about to play semantics on words all night tonight, I see.
No, I'm just saying.
So the reason I say that is this, right? We know how social media works. Something new comes out, people say, oh, let me go check it out. When you say 62 million men, that don't necessarily mean that all 62 million men got on there for that specific reason. Now, do I think at least half of them dudes is lower than pond scum and got on there for that reason? Probably so. But I feel like a nice portion of them dudes probably got on there like, oh, let me see what this is. Let me see if this is actually real so I can talk about it. Because a lot of times people get on certain sites or do certain things for research purposes so they can be able to articulate about it.
That's why I watch Pornhub all the time.
Do I believe that's a site that should exist? No. Do I believe whoever created that site, they should find and lock them dudes up in the farthest reaches of whatever jail they could possibly put them in? Yes. Because the fact that you got this much knowledge to do something like that, you're just crazy. And you are one of the reasons why we look as bad as we do, because you create something like that, which is crazy to me.
So you giving some of them the benefit of the doubt of just being curious, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm assuming you will not agree with that.
No, I was just asking a question. That's it.
Okay. And how are they calculating that? Are they calculating like?
Well, that's what I was saying. Who knows what the actual number is?
One dude could have got on there 67 times and it's still counted.
That's what I'm saying.
67. It is what it is.
Well, it's okay. Even if it's a clickbait article for the stats and everything, all right, you win. But it's still something that
about winning or losing, Freddie.
No, I'm just saying, like, to decide, like, to disseminate or dismantle the numbers is like, yeah. But it existed. It don't exist anymore. I don't know.
Okay, so you say that, Freddie, though, but we're not trying to discredit anything that you are saying about the article. We understand there are trappy men out here. We're not arguing that fact. What we're saying is, with the age of AI, with the age of clickbaits, with the age of misinformation and all that, to say 62 million is like, how did y'all concretely come up with this number? Or are y'all just saying this number for shock value just to say all men are scum of the earth? You see what I'm saying? That's where we're saying that number just seems over the top. Yeah. Like, I believe, if you say 30 million, I'd be like, that's hey, it's still bad, but that seems a little 62.
But I think but even though that's the most alarming part of it, is it's unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's 62
million men. So it's just like, and I know this is a crazy.
What if we said 200 women molest little boys, SA little boys? What if we threw that number out there? Everyone would be like, no, because women are nurturers. There's no way that number is facts.
I'd be like, whoa, let me see these statistics. Where did you get this number from? How did you pull it?
That's all we're asking.
And that's what I'm saying. So I said, there's a CNN article, and it shows you how they do that. So that's what I mean. So it's just not a statement out there. it's 62 million men, and how they calculated it is there. They showed it. It's not just like anyway. But in a day and age where I know for a fact Google has some 2.26 or 62.2 trillion clicks, visits, it is believable for me. But again, like you said, it could be the same person. Maybe it's one dude visiting the website 62 million times, and that's how he's excited. I don't know. Or it's just two dudes between 31 million. You know, it's just freaking frack over there clicking on the same stuff. I don't know.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it being. Even if one dude checked that website out, I still think it's crazy no matter how you look. I don't care what the number is.
So something about the numbers too. You understand, like they found mad warehouses with just nothing but phones and devices for like Spotify reels and YouTube reels. And all. There's whole farming view farmers out there that just does it. That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying it could have been a whole bunch of bot profiles that visited the website clicking on it. And I'll give you that benefit of the doubt. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But you ain't never leaning on nothing else but 62 million men.
Well, I mean, it's just like, you know, everybody wants us to be like, discern, you know, find out all the facts before you date somebody, before you before you do your research. You know, you should have known, you should have seen the red flags. But you'd be like, if somebody was hiding the red flags and then visited a website and then posted the pictures of me being essayed, I don't know. It's interesting. I got trust issues, clearly. Go on to the next question.
You should have trust issues.
I do, and this is why 62 million men.
Even before that, I had trust issues. I've had trust issues my whole life.
I got them all the time.
My wife would tell you to this day, I still don't trust her.
I was born not trusting my mom and dad. Okay, I didn't trust. Why'd y'all bring me here? I don't get it.
Wow. That's I wasn't expecting to hear that.
Just saying.
Oh man, Myra. Yo.
The doctor slapped me, so I didn't trust him.
You mad at your Miz for letting your pop shoot up the club? It's crazy.
Just saying.
Oh man, Myra, do men have freedom, or are they subjected to a completely different set of rules than everybody else?
That's a question for. Well, that's a hard question. It's only for certain men. And certain men have freedom, and certain men don't.
Okay. What you mean by
that? I think it goes with, you know, I want to say the environment that you in. Like, some men have the freedom to be who they want to be. Some men can't, depending on what they are. You know what I mean? What their job or who they represent in the world or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Hectic?
Yeah, no. Like, we all know that looks matter. So if Idris Elba was to walk up on most women, instant panty dropper. Versus if Steve Urkel walked up on them, they'd be like Predator. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
So I don't know if you remember this, Hectic, but me, you, Savage, and Draymond, we had a conversation one day, and the conversation got into what man can say what.
Yes,
we know that if dude look good, he can borderline say almost anything he want to you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ain't feeling dude,
he can barely say nothing.
He instantly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I do find it's crazy how that works. Mm-hmm. I find that is crazy. And I said,
it's the same thing if a fine female walks up to me and be like, "Hey, bathroom now." I'd be like, right now, you know what I mean? Versus someone missing some teeth, I'd be like, if you don't got my face,
Time out. You didn't say she was ugly. You just said she was missing some teeth.
yeah, teeth. I can't do missing teeth like
That's
that.
a slippier
Not the
slide.
front joints. Not you doing this.
You
But
don't
so,
look.
hey,
Most men
but,
want the
but
gummy.
even still,
Most men
some
want the
people,
gummy.
some girls like that Steve Urkel, or some dudes might like that female with the missing teeth.
But it goes back to your point, Myron. It depends situation where they at. Me,
Right.
I never approached a girl that me and her could be giving each other the eyes all night. If she's with a group full of women, I'm not approaching you. Because no matter how you may be feeling me, as soon as one girl in that circle says something out of the way, then she gonna have to act out of the way. You see what I'm saying?
No, I
Versus
know.
she
That's how it was. That's how it was.
She knows she feeling. We've been looking at each other. It's, you know how they do in the movies, like it could be a room full of people, but the spotlight just on y'all two. It could be one of them situations. But let her homegirl be like,
But if one of her
nah,
homegirls
I don't like it.
rejects you,
Yeah,
girl.
right. So no,
well,
I'm
maybe
not
her homegirl is helping her use the discernment. Maybe her homegirl
That's
see a
cool.
red flag and you did, you know.
I'm
just saying.
a running red flag. That's cool.
Yo,
I ain't got no
He
red
said,
flag.
I'm a running red flag with a
First of all,
fire truck
wait,
with
Myron.
alarms on it.
What you just said is a red flag, brother.
I know,
I know,
bro.
But I'm
I
honest
know,
about
man.
my red flaggishness. You know what I mean? I'm honest about that. But me and her on the first night, like, nah, you don't know me. I don't know you. Because there's many girls that look cute and dainty and sweet will mash your car up in a heartbeat.
Facts.
Yep.
They
I've
say
been on
We're in the same game together. We don't
They
know
say the
each other.
best hits come from the craziest chicks.
I've been there.
Yep. I've been on 4 flats before.
That's what you get.
I've never been that bad. I've never had no one leave my car no flats or mess with my vehicle. Because to me, that's
I think I told you I had a homie.
PS5, jail. Those are like automatic.
Wait.
Get
Are
out
we
my
about to get
face.
some petty activity from Freddie?
So I'm gonna ask this. Thanks for the big screen, Raw. I'm gonna ask this. You said you was on 4 flats. You said crazy chick, bust out some windows or whatever. You know, in this day and age, what did you do wrong? What did you do to provoke that woman?
There we go.
Because no woman just be like, you know what? I'm gonna wake up and bust some cars up and bust some tires up.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean?
Okay, well,
I
you
just
tell me
can't
if I'm
believe
wrong.
I can't believe that women out there is just out there just waking up being violent and crazy for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I don't understand it. It's almost like they would react to, like, you know, some behavior that was put upon them or something. It's a reactor, not maybe, or maybe they was being proactive to let you know just in case.
This is Minority Report. Women have the Minority Report. They doing something just in case.
Just in case. She was like, you know what? I feel like I need to send a message, set the precedent, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Look, Myron, like, wait, man. I didn't appreciate the 4 flat. You know how much it costs to replace 4 full fucking tires, man?
Yes. In today's economy,
that's a grown.
You're talking about $1,000.
So also,
you remember my truck on the wire, right?
Yeah. That's too much. And to address your question, Roy, you said like, it's almost like the first question. A man can't be free or whatever. It depends. A man can do whatever they want, depending on their wallet size, they dick size, and they mouthpiece. And I'm not talking about how they use their mouth. I'm talking about how they spit game. Because what did Biggie say? Ugly or whatever, but still coochie down to the socks. Like, so he had money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
we know mad ugly dudes with mad kids out here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
the same way we know a lot of ugly chicks with mad kids.
So it's a pretty
don't really matter. Like, let's be honest.
it's a
I've
pretty
seen
privilege
them.
that we all automatically go to, though.
I've seen some
Somebody-
dumpsters.
It's somebody for everybody, and it ain't just one person. Somebody.
But sometimes, though, again, it's the game
personality.
fitting, it's the personalities, because there's some real unattractive people, and like we talked before, you find that crevice of cuteness in them, like, oh, they ugly, but
that sliver,
look
that
at
sliver.
that sliver of sexiness, like, he got look at all them
Look at the eyelash. At least the eyelash is nice.
Yeah, like, but look, the twinkle at noon on Wednesday in his eye.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He does make me laugh. They do make me laugh though, so I'll give him that. Yeah.
And he's thoughtful and sweet, and he emotionally intelligent. Like, and that's why you see, some ugly people with some, I guess, mismatch. And that's also, we had to get out of our heads.
Two ugly people make cute ass kids, though, right?
Yeah, that's what they say until you see two ugly people make a wretched ass baby. You be like, ooh. Hey. They say that until there's always that anomaly.
Wait.
There's always that anomaly.
Wait. No. Say that one more time, Fred. They make a what?
What did I say? Oh,
wretched ass baby.
You know them babies. You be like, ooh,
yeah.
Oh, yo.
I'm just saying, though, we also have to get out of our heads that one, everything is aesthetics. It's aesthetics pleasing, aesthetically pleasing. Just because the chick got eyelashes or nails or all of this, that, and the other, or the man got a six pack. No, but that's what I'm saying. It could be fake, or what does he have to do that six pack? You know what I'm saying? What is his commitment level? Is it a healthy commitment, or is he a gym rat who's always body shaming everybody? So we really don't know people's personalities and understand what's going on in their heads, and we really got to let that aesthetics, because people could be beautiful all the way around, and then
every person on the planet is beautiful in some way, shape, or form.
They got crevice to cutenesses and slivers of sexiness for sure.
That's a whole t-shirt.
Facts.
That's a whole t-shirt.
It is.
A crevice of cuteness and a sliver of
sexiness.
Wow.
Yep.
And you can have a baby.
Like she ain't playing. She ain't playing tonight. Freddie, I like you when you come for war. I love it.
I'm not even here for war. I'm just here for a good time.
Nah, so you came for war from the first minute. You was ready.
I had to defend myself. Hey.
I don't know who you was defending yourself from, but I get it. But let me ask you this, right? If a man told you that he felt attacked, would you listen with empathy first or assume he's just exaggerating?
Oh, is this for me? I would. Mm-hmm. See, here's the thing. I like my men's in them. Freddie going to listen with empathy and caring so I could get up in there if I want to. Because, that's...
What do you mean by that?
Get up in their head. What you talking about? Get up in their head and heart.
Okay. All right.
What y'all talking about?
Listen, that sounded real crazy.
Yeah.
So I can get into their head. But to better understand them, though, because that's just me. I'm always curious about people anyway. Period. So I would always listen with empathy and actively listen, and also listen for what they're saying. And then when I'm not sure, ask them the questions, because, like I said, I'm always curious, and I love to hear how people process the world and navigate. So if a dude comes up and says something bothers him or, his perspective, I'm always listening. Sometimes I'll listen, but then I'll be like, that was some bitch ass shit though. But
I do ask you, as you being a comedian and a guy is really having a conversation with you, like he's pouring his heart out and everything, are you finding ways not to try to make it funny?
Hey, yo, sometimes my coping mechanism is to tell jokes.
Exactly.
So it all depends. One, it depends on our relationship and my rapport with them. If I'm comfortable and they're comfortable enough with a couple jokes, then I'll throw some out there. But sometimes it's hard for me not to I can't turn the joke off. You know what I mean? It's like breathing. It's like blinking. I can't help it. So sometimes I have to, like, even at work, in certain situations, I'd be like, shut up. Don't you say nothing. Don't you crack a smile. But in the back of my head, I'm over there like, there's about 6 jokes, but it all is situational. And who is in the room with me, what I'm saying, who I'm talking to and having that conversation with, honestly. But yeah, I try my best not to joke when it's really serious, though, honestly. But but that is the best way to get their draws off of them, is just make them joke and laugh a little bit. They be like, hee, and them draws just come straight on off. It just comes straight. It's so easy. Be like, hee, especially when I tickle them. I like to tickle.
So let me ask you this, Freddie. Have you, and not to hyper focus on you or anything like that, but you are the only female here. So,
female.
do you think you ever emasculated a man?
Well, that one time I called this dude a bitch on TV, on the Zooms, the podcast. I feel like I emasculated them then, and it wasn't really, I didn't really mean to at that moment, but at that moment it was just natural. Like, Myron, this is a moment when somebody pouring their heart out and stuff, and I was like, hey, yo, man, you sound like a bitch, like. You know what I mean? And I had to step back and, like, oh, dang, you pretty much did. You pretty much said it. So I did go apologize and everything. But I did apologize. I took accountability. Emasculating, that's the one time where it was blatant. Emasculating, I try my best at every opportunity to allow a man to be a man. Swear to God, I do. It's interesting the ways that women can possibly emasculate a man. Because, again, depending on the type of man you're dealing with, you just taking out the trash, sometimes, or opening your own door. I've almost got cussed out because I opened my own door in the South. You know what I mean? By almost a stranger. He was like, "Girl, if you touch that door and some men are around you, you got a problem." And I was like, "Ooh, okay." So you know what I mean? But emasculating, maybe when I was younger, more so, and I didn't know I was doing it. You know what I mean?
I think at that time, I think as for men, we didn't know we were being emasculated. So
I knew.
At that time, at a young age.
The moment she did it, so I had a situation where someone I was dating, and I was just having a rough day, if not a rough week. And being a strong person, when the strong person crashed, we crashed hard, we crashed heavy. So I was just talking to who I'm supposed to be able to talk to about what's going on. And she looked at me and she said, "Stop bitching." And I was like, never told her another thing ever again in life.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't like that.
Never. When I tell you, I never told her another thing in life. Don't worry, Sally Sue over here, she'll listen to me.
Then they don't weaponize it later. You know what I mean? Like, I'll listen to it, and I maybe in my past, I didn't weaponize it. No, I didn't weaponize somebody's vulnerability, somebody sharing with me their rough day or whatever. But I will say I did. So there's one dude I was talking to for a little bit. He shared with me he had a hemorrhoid, right? And I was just like, "Oh, okay." I laughed, like, and he acted like it was the end of his world. And I'm like, "Bruh, I got one that's 50 years old." Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, look it up on Google, figure out, eat some fiber, drink some water, do your thing, you'll be fine. And I laughed at him at first, and he was a little upset at it. And I'm like, it's just a little hemorrhoid, bro. Like, it's not like, your booty hole ain't about to fall out to the ground or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
hope not.
Right. But with those situations, I feel like sometimes, like, why are you, I guess, over exaggerating what's going on? Maybe. I guess sometimes things don't have to be so mountainized. You know what I'm saying?
But that
Over
I feel
exaggerated.
that, but that's to you. You see what I'm
Yeah,
I
saying?
know,
I'll
and that's what I'm saying.
give it a
And that's
minute.
to me. So that's why I was like, okay, let me string
Because
it
you know
back. Let
how
me bring it
vulnerable
back
he had to
because
tell you that he got something wrong with his booty hole.
He can't sit down.
you see, also too hectic. I was like, I laughed a little bit because I'm like, bro, we wasn't even talking like that for you to tell me about the little booty hole. But hey, I get this, people get this maternal vibe from me that they're
I mean,
comfortable. And they
that
can
is
tell me.
weird. Because I've been like,
That's why I was like, bruh, okay, you gotta, okay, well, ooh. And when he was offended, I was like, okay, my bad. I ain't mean to laugh. I got
yeah,
you. But,
yeah.
eat some oatmeal, drink some water, take some
Call it a
raisin
day.
bran, and don't push.
You act like his doctor. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
straight now.
yeah.
I seen this video recently, right? This dude was interviewing, you know how everybody do their little street interviews, if you will. He interviewing these chicks. He says, "Hey, does size matter?" Now he wasn't even talking about wood. He was talking about height. And the chick was, every female was like, "Yeah, I'm not messing with you if you ain't X amount of height and blah 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 blah." So dude was like, "Okay, so would you feel offended if he told you that you was overweight?" "Oh, well, he shouldn't feel that way because women have different issues." And he's like, "All right, but height is something you can't change. Weight is something you can." She says, "No, it's not the same." You're right, it's not the same. Because again, height is something you can't change, but weight is something you can. You can get in the gym. I don't know if I think they got surgeries now where you
got surgery now.
like leg surgeries.
Yeah.
I feel like that if any dude that's doing that, I'm gonna be honest with you, just join the LGBTQ. It is what it is. Just saying. If you out here trying to get taller, be who you are, it is what it is. The same way how I tell a woman, be who you are. It's a lot of dudes that love BBWs. I'm just saying, it is what it is. But hectic. Have you ever been in a situation where you was called toxic just for expressing your preference of what you like?
What? All the time. All the time. If I say, hey, I like them yams, well, I got big titties. That's cool. I like yams. All right. But I wouldn't even say it's my problem. My thing is I have a tendency to accept everybody for who they are and what they are for the most part, right? But then when it comes to me, any little thing I do is like the highest level of whatever, and I'm just like, yo, you just told me you murked 10 people 10 years ago, and I'm like, all right, well, that was 10 years ago. You ain't murked nobody yesterday, right? Nah. Okay, cool. We could not hang out, but I'd be cool with you. You know what I mean? But I can say, but yeah. But if I say, yeah,
Right.
I don't like to get manicures and pedicures on a Sunday. What you mean you don't like to get mani-pedis on a Sunday? That's the best day to go get them. Bro, I just say I don't like to get mani-pedis on a Sunday. That's all. I ain't say I ain't like to get them. You know what I mean?
No,
I just said on the Lord's Day, I don't want some, Asian lady following on my nails. That's all.
I remember years ago, right? I was in this conversation, and it's just me and my homie, right? We in this conversation, and it's just us two in the room. We at work, and I don't know how we got on the fact. Everybody know I'm a titty man, so somehow we got on the conversation about titties. It is what it is, right? So this chick walk in the room. She instantly gets offended. What do you mean you only like big titties? That's what I like big titties. What you want me to say? I like what I like. Oh, so you trying to say 8 cups ain't enough for you? I'm not trying to say it. I'm saying it's not enough for me. Like, it is what it is. And she instantly got offended to the point where she was like upset for the rest of the day. Now, to me, it was crazy because one, you wasn't even part of the conversation. You just happened to walk in the room. if you was in the room, we probably wouldn't even have been having this conversation.
Yeah.
But the fact that you mad at me because of what I like, and she still say the same thing you said. Yeah, but my ass fat. And I said, well, I don't really care that your ass fat. What I'm saying is I like big titties. I don't care how fat your ass is. Mind you, I'm not even paying attention to you. What I'm saying to him is I like big titties. And I don't understand why you upset. Oh, because that's offensive. Why would you say that? All women aren't built the same. You absolutely right. And I like the ones built with big titties. What
But
the fuck
they could judge a man from head to toe about what they don't like about a man, and we have to sit here with the crow face talking about, oh yeah, you're right. You can like what you want to like, you know.
Now,
God
I've been
forbid
in the
we
same
say
situation.
anything. Oh, you telling me who I should like and who I should not like? Yeah. Oh,
And
we're
I've been
going
in
back
the
to the
same
double
situation,
standard,
like,
Freddie. We talking about the double standards.
yeah.
That's all we talking about.
I'm just laughing at your impression, like, ooh, it's okay. That's good. You said y'all sound like that, not me. Okay.
Now, I've been in a conversation where, like, I love Redbone female. I love all women.
I
love all color women.
I
The
told you
fact
that
that you
earlier
have
this
to
week.
say that is crazy.
Listen,
all
Myron
color
was
women.
commenting on
But-
something. I was like, yo, you got a type, huh?
Hold on, Myron. Before you even finish what you said, the fact that you have to say "I love all women," like that's just bullshit. Like,
Oh
because
yeah.
women don't have to say "I love all men." I think that's
No, because they
bullshit.
rented the bear. They rented the bear.
But I love all color women. Don't get me wrong. But if I see a red bone with curly hair, I'm just infatuated. I'm a milk, and I don't know why. That's what I like. But man, when I said that in the conversation before, oh, he said, "Oh, so you like blah 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 blah," and I'm like, I'm not trying to color shame you. I just said what I said, but you know what I'm saying? It's something in me that when I see that woman with the curly hair, I'm melting. But I do think you beautiful, and I do think you beautiful. But what is wrong with me having an infatuation with that? Like,
see, that right there is the problem, right there.
The problem is you have a preference.
No, hold on, Freddie.
You can't have no preference.
I don't have a preference. No. The problem is you still told them you pretty. I mean, you beautiful and you beautiful, even though you probably didn't feel that way. That's the fucking problem right there.
But
you shouldn't have said it. If you didn't think they was beautiful, if you thought the other one was and that one wasn't, you shouldn't have to say, well, you beautiful too. But
it's the constellation prize. It's the
Easter. Like
it's the Easter
all
egg.
All these 10th place prizes we giving out is bullshit.
But see, that's the thing. And I told them I've been with dark skinned women. I've been with a Samoan. I've been with a Japanese girl. I was married to a Japanese girl. I was
to a Samoan. She tossed your ass around, huh?
You know,
they not all as big as you think, my nigga.
I didn't say she was big. I ain't say she was big. I didn't insinuate she was big. I just said she tossed you around. That's all I said.
She never tossed me around.
Okay. She gave you.
She couldn't be gentle. She couldn't be gentle.
She never tossed me around. It was nothing like
that. Assuming she's a gentle woman.
I need to ask Myron this one question, right? How would you feel? How would you feel if your girl picked you up and put you on a deep freezer?
Nah, we done now.
And she whispered in your ear, "Let me get some."
Pick me up, pin me against the wall. Nah, we done.
Like, hey, let me get some.
She can't say she gonna get some snoo.
Now, she can text me that. She can say that in my ear. The moment you pick me up and pin me against the wall,
she can't lift you up. She can't fire me.
It's not a big lift. It's not a big lift. Just a little.
Just a little.
If my feet just come off the ground, if my toes do like this, we done.
Your toes is like this.
My toes do like that. I'm done. We done.
But then they gonna curl in a minute. They gonna curl. She gonna make them curl in a minute.
Oh Lord.
Oh man.
Whatever. I think the issue is though, Raw. I think there's been so many people saying so many people are ugly that as soon as you say someone is not your preference, you're automatically bullying them, and that's not it. It's like, all right, I just don't that's not my preference. I like orange pop. I don't like grape pop. Well, you're a hater of grape pop. Like, no, I just don't like the flavors. That's it. So I mean,
Like
What
what
you
I
just
like and I
said.
don't
What
when I
you,
don't.
what you just said. Like me and my wife had a debate every day about pop and soda. She say pop because she from Texas. I say soda.
I heard anyone from Texas say pop.
soda
I
pop.
ain't heard that one time since
Soda
I've been
pop.
here, son. Not one time since I've been here have I heard.
Hey, I guess where she from? She from up like northwest Texas.
And
So
she says pop.
yes,
Yeah.
she from a country. So.
Listen, hold on. I was like, damn, I've been here 2 years, never heard anyone say pop.
So everybody says soda.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
But
maybe she in the
family
different
and all
part.
her
Maybe she in the other, because there's 2 time zones in Texas. Maybe she in the other time zone in
Not
Texas.
the other time zone. That's why.
I don't know.
Pop.
She up north, so
Yeah, yes, I said.
by Texarkana. But yeah, man.
Well,
Let me go make me another drink.
Another what you drinking, man? Oh, okay. What y'all?
Oh God, yo, why you so? All right, whatever.
Ready.
This just got weird.
What makes I be trying not to cut y'all off sometimes. And y'all
I was
stop
just
me.
waiting for the next subject.
Right.
What makes a person feel respected versus tolerated?
I think the difference between respected and tolerated, you're respected when someone asks not only your opinion but your input, and then not only asking, but they take it actual into consideration. It wasn't just like no just what is that mouth work or whatever, just because. And that's why I said, that's why I was poor choice of words, because both of y'all men, when you say something like that, you just can't mouth work. What everybody came out the woodwork. Mouth work, excuse me, mouth work, my dick's here. Like, come on now. Guys, I know. Look, men, that's how men think. As soon as you say something that got maybe a little innuendo, it'd be like, buns where? My dick's out. Like, but
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, like, are you saying it for arbitrarily? Do you really mean you want somebody's input? So that's what I think respected versus tolerated. And then they actually really take your words into consideration and your needs. When you're tolerated, it's just like you're placated. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, okay, you're good. You're good. Oh, you're doing a great job, even though you're not. Maybe you're tolerated. You're doing the bare minimum. They're giving you the bare minimum. I think there's a difference in that behavior exchanges.
I never want to be tolerated. I don't even go places where I'm tolerated.
Man.
Don't even invite me. I can stay at home and not be tolerated.
Okay.
So many people get this word respect, though, just messed up. They think we grew up in the age where respect was earned, not given. They grown up in the age where respect is given, not earned. Nah, that ain't how this player. Like,
Respect is supposed to be.
supposed
What
to be.
makes it crazy is they don't feel like they should give it. They just feel like they're supposed to get it.
Exactly.
Right. No fact. I know, and it's crazy because I've been, and not to single any specific gender out, Freddie, but a lot of women now just feel like that respect thing is, no, respect me because I'm a woman, respect what I got on, respect this, respect that, respect this. Don't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. And it's like, I'm just trying to forewarn you not to have your cheeks out because the place we going is fine dining. That's it.
I shouldn't.
I ain't trying to dictate what you wear. I'm just saying, it might not be appropriate. We about to go to a school. Your cake shouldn't be out in front of gang kids.
Wait. You see what they wearing to graduations these days, right? The parents.
Oh,
No,
Not even the
no,
kids.
because
the
I don't watch
parents.
videos of graduations.
Dude, this
No.
shit
It's
that
on
these
Instagram.
parents is wearing to graduations now is just like, come on, man. Like you
So,
just taking all the
Parents-
I
glory
feel
away
like
from the kid at this
so I
point.
feel like this is where respect, right? That there's no respect for the educational system, meaning the school system already. The parent already don't respect the school because what's the focus on education versus education and fashion, right? Are we showing up to support the kid or not? Get the fuck down. And then not only
You gotta
that,
show that dog some respect.
he gonna respect the fuck out of outside here in a minute because he getting on my nerves. But then that's where that respect is. Does the parent, because we're not only talking about right now y'all focusing on the woman and how they showing up dressed for their kids' graduation, but does that parent have respect for the kids and the teachers and everything? Do they have respect for themselves? And then too, that respect, where back in the day, respect was, you said it was earned and not given. Back then, I feel like it was automatically given to any and everybody because they were our elders. Like you was taught to respect elders
Kinda, but
it was earned to an
extent.
extent how you listen to them. You know, you respected them because you're elder, but they earned your respect how that you saw them live. You know what I mean? Because they led by example. Right.
Correct.
And then they leaned back and said, hey, young brother, hey, young sister, don't do it this way. You know what I'm saying? Respect yourself a little bit. Right.
There's none of that going on now.
And that's what I'm saying. There's none of that older generation telling you that because the older generation is out there with the kids trying to be clubbing.
It. Right.
And you like, well, where's Momo at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Momo out there at the club with
Momo 45.
Right. Momo 45.
That's part
Momo 45.
No, Momo 30. Momo 35.
32.
Got BBL. Got, you know what I mean, a couple ballers on the hook, on the chain.
Again, that's the generational breakdown because where was they Momo? Right? Where was they parent? Because a lot of these generations, they were raised by grandparents who were too old to really like rein them in. So as long as they survived and just got through high school or survived, period, then they were good. And their grandparents were okay, but their parents were either passed away or somewhere flying in the wind on drugs or living a street life. So respect, it wasn't handed down properly.
So speaking of people that Freddie don't respect.
Hell, we like them thick, like a bowl of grits. First of all, you already know she don't give a fuck. Second, you can best believe she gonna talk her shit. And third, it's Freddie. Who the fuck knows where this about to go? But let's get into Celebrity Wire with Dunkosaurus Rex herself, the Foxy Freddie Montaco.
Y'all know I care about these people that I respect so much deeply. And, I follow them closely. So, I know their everyday motions and life skills. That's why I look up to all of these celebrities each and every day. And you can feel how thick I'm laying it on right now because y'all know how I feel about these celebrities. Anyway, last weekend I was not here, but the Met Gala gathered over in New York City. And the Met Gala, if you guys do not know, it is the Oscars of fashion where everyone shows up in their avant-garde, their very outlandish, most ridiculous, most stunning, most gagging, breathtaking, living images of fashion. And the Met Gala typically brings out big names. Beyonce was there. And she looked like a nice bedazzled Skeletor. It looked really nice. Doechii was also there. She showed up in a completely almost, it looked like Coming to America, the flower girls who was, tossing flowers down for the royal prince in his penis washing time. She was barefoot. It was a cute outfit, but again, this is for me. Whatever. It was cute. It was just pretty much a scarf covering a titty or two, and that was it. But hey, that's fashion. That's whatever it is. Plenty of stars showed up, but also a lot of stars did not. Oh, before I get to that, the men showed up. They have their best dressed and everything, and the men show up and show out each and every time. And Jared Leto, or I think that's his name in the red, he played Joker and all of that. Why he showing up with is that a purse ahead of himself as a purse, or is it just like
What was that wrestler name that used to come out with the fucking head? What the fuck was his name? He was a crazy motherfucker.
Undertaker? That wasn't Undertaker.
No.
Okay. Anyway, he came out. Look, he's dressed like Dracula, bedazzled Dracula, and then to have, I don't know if that's even a purse. Could you put your phone in your mouth or your nose or the neck part? I don't know. Like, I got some questions. And then with the eyeballs here, yeah, it's just a lot going on for fashion, at least for me. But hey, they like it. I love it. Whatever. A lot of men showed up in their dresses and skirts as well. And sometimes, it's fashion. Sometimes maybe they're doing other things to make sure that they're always relevant in the news, or maybe that's their, their initiation into something. I don't know. But also, while there were so many celebrities that were there were also celebrities that were not there. Taraji P. Henson just expressed, like, what the F are we doing here? Because there's controversy behind this Met Gala. It is also funded not only with taxpayers' dollars through, the arts and everything like that, but it's also funded by, not only this year, it was Jeff Bezos. They said he paid $10 million, right? Him and his wife, Jeff Bezos, and wife Lauren Sanchez Bezos, whose mouth looks like the chick from Mortal Kombat, I think Katana, or I don't know, but she looked like she gonna open something and eat it. Like, her mouth looked wide. Anyway, they were exactly. They were rumored to have spent $10 million footing the prestigious bill. It's an issue because while everyone is out here at these star-studded events, Amazon workers don't get paid that well. They don't really have too many benefits, and they feel like they're in a slave mill, if you will. So Amazon workers also put on their own protests. They put on a fashion show right out front in front of the gala, the Met Gala. So I thought that was very interesting. And if we take into consideration, Amazon pays literally nothing in taxes. Jeff Bezos at least pays nothing in taxes, while everyone is paying higher prices for gas. He has openly supported y'all's president, not mine. So I think that's interesting. And I don't mean to get too political on it, but yeah, what the hell are we doing in this world right now? Because gas is too much, and I'm taking ethical quizzes for work, but the president acting any type of way. Anyway, we're gonna move on to and that's really because he a dude. He doing whatever he want. He the one dude living in his freedom right now. He doing whatever he want. So you acting like, y'all said men can't live honest and open. He's doing whatever he wants, saying whatever he want. He's signing some type of name on the acts. It ain't even his name. Anyway, we're moving along to Stefan Diggs. And I am happy for Mr. Stefan Diggs, as he is found not guilty of assault charges and strangulation. The defense rested their case due to prosecution appearing not to have adequate evidence proving the assault. So I'm so sorry. Stefan Diggs was found not guilty. The case involving his former private chef, Jamila Adams, accused the former football player of assault and, I guess, choking her out. Maybe, she didn't cook the potatoes like she needed to. Look, I don't know. But it was an alleged assault, and he was found not guilty. Thankfully, he was found not guilty, but this has affected his career. As you know, he lost a lot of endorsements because of a lot of his controversy. I don't know if it was only because of this, but he was also released from the Patriots right after they lost the Super Bowl to the Seattle Seahawks. But on a brighter side, he was seen not too long after he was found not guilty. He was sharing affectionate kisses with, his baby mom. You know who that is? That's Cardi B. As he hosted a Mother's Day wellness event for his Dig Deep Foundation. So big ups to Stefan Diggs and his foundation. I think is very interesting. That is our subject though today. That we accuse men and don't even think about what maybe not have been or what the other party is saying. And I also find it crazy that he got a foundation called Dig Deep.
Facts.
Dig deep, and he digging all the females, making them single moms over and over. But dig deep up into that one, Stefan Diggs. Go ahead. Not guilty. Happy you're not guilty. Go ahead and keep digging deep.
So I know there's a lot of controversy, and surprisingly a lot of women are stepping up and saying, hey, there need to be a correction to people just be able to say X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we know how some of these cases are, especially for celebrities. They're automatically guilty because, of popular opinions. Not even the courts, but popular opinions. So, some people are calling for either a justice reform, or when it's found out that these people are lying, there need to be some charges pressed on them, because a person could literally lose their life over an allegation, and y'all out here living your best life, not doing anything.
Can we just go back and say the original part of it? Emmett Till. Just saying.
So that's crazy you brought that up, because I saw a girl make a post earlier this week saying how Emmett did do something to this white girl, and the white girl went and go get her pistol, and that's why. And I'm like,
so now we rewriting history.
I'm telling you,
and that's why we got to be careful about what we share and what we saying, and that's why the elders have to go back and teach the youth about exactly what's happening, because they out here whitewashing stuff and making it different, and that's not it.
I know it's a black woman.
That's the Mandela effect.
It was a black woman that was saying this. Matter of fact, yeah, it's crazy.
But I agree with you, Hectic. There needs to be some reform, because you can't just go out there spewing accusations and to your heart that you lying. Good and dang on well you lying. That I can't stand no liar.
I don't know how she lived with that all them years, and then on her deathbed,
easy on her stomach.
Right. I've been saying for years that I think it's cruelty, if you ask me, that, and I'm not saying this in a crazy way. A woman can say a man did anything and it's automatically said that, yes, he did it. I think it's crazy, because once it gets proven that it didn't happen, she should do the same time that he would have done. Yeah. That's what I really believe, that he should, the same time he would have done for whatever crime you say he committed, when it's found that you lied about that shit, you should be doing that same amount of time. Now you shouldn't.
But here's the devil advocate. The devil advocates are going to say, well, then that's going to scare real victims from being able to say anything. I'm like, no, it's not.
Well, real victims are already scared to come forward anyway.
So I am an advocate that will say, to the day I die, if something happened to you, you need to speak up.
Yes.
Don't wait 5 years. Don't wait 5 minutes. Say that shit right the fuck now. Don't wait.
To say. It's easy to say.
I get that. It's easy to say. I get that. I 100% understand that, because certain situations nobody want to speak on or deal with and all that type of shit. I get that. But at the same time, by you not saying something, so here's what people don't understand. When you don't say something, it's almost like you condoning the actions of that other person. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's real shit. If you know this person did something to you, the likelihood of them doing it to the next person is probably high. So you should say something. Don't hold that shit in. Don't walk around with it. Say something.
It's very, and I get, it's easy to say, but it's also part of the predatory is I'm finding a victim that's more than likely not going to talk. You know what I mean? I'm finding, because I'm a predator and I've watched this person, I know they don't have the support system. I know they don't have the strength. I know they don't have, the endurance or resiliency to go and talk. So that's why I'm victimizing them. So you know what I'm saying? But
and not to be victim blaming at all.
No.
In order for them to understand that means they did that to enough people to understand that these are the type of people to find. So that means that first person didn't say something. So they said, oh, if I find people like that person, then I can keep going. And don't get me wrong. I know that's got to be a hard thing to do. It has to be a hard thing to do. But you got to say something to somebody. Because we can't keep letting scumbag, pond scum dudes make everybody else look horrible because nobody's saying something about these dudes. Because now these 3 dudes right here just made everybody else in your city look bad.
They part of the 62 mil.
And I get it. Listen, I get everything you saying. You gotta say something. I get it. But and I don't mean to put that but in there so so definitively, but I'm gonna just say, women talk and they say something, they go to the authorities and nothing happens. They go tell people and nothing happens. And the victims, the predators keep being predators. The predators actually get promotion or get more protected. We seeing it happening right now. There's so many victims that people won't even face them Epstein victims at all. You know what I mean? And there are people out there. So I get what you're saying, Ro, but it's just not as easy as just saying, speak up. You know what I mean? Because also there's social justice, there's actual justice, and then there's street justice. You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants to do, because we always hear good things like, man, if I heard of them dudes, they do, but nothing happens to them. And now there's a whole entire cabinet, there's a whole entire country, and people are defending these people now. So it's like, again, when a woman say, I go and I was a victim, and now I go to my husband's a police officer, or he's a fireman, or he's part of these fraternity, brotherhoods. I go and I report it. Nothing happens because his brothers are protecting him, right? So now what am I doing? Now I go to my people. What did Anna Mae do? She went to her mama. And Tina Turner went to her mama. Her mama was like, you better get back over there and get beat up. You know what I mean?
But on the other side there too, Freddie, we're not speaking to those cases where the woman went to her husband who was the police, or went to her husband who was a fireman, and he was with her toe to toe to fight against everyone who did anything against her. Too. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
You have those too. Don't get me wrong, you do.
When with change, people think, and I think that's the problem with society. A lot of people think change is this instantaneous. Everyone's thinking the same way. Everyone's correcting the bad behavior. Everyone's doing everything in the real time, right here, right now. Sometimes it takes that one. I hate to bring them up, but look at Black Lives Matter. You see what I'm saying? When that situation happened, who knew it was going to explode across the United States, the nation?
The country,
who knew
the world,
people from little kids to old people in the streets marching, protesting?
We had people in France marching, like
across the world, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes change takes a while, and I'm sorry, right? I am sorry, because at one point I was probably, not good to women in the past. You know what I mean? Because I was young, I was immature, had no idea.
You pissed on a bitch last week, I'm sure.
Yeah. Not last week. It's been this week, though.
He said not last week. That was a couple weeks ago. But she wanted it. It's
been in 2020. It's been
so y'all know women forget nothing.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna forget pissing on bitches. Never. Container chicks.
But what I'm saying is, it sometimes take that one person, that one motivation, that one situation to change the mindset of someone who's. If you had told me certain things that I would believe in 10 years ago, I would have said you're lying. Nah, I come from this kind of background. It's like this. I don't care what y'all talking about. This is it. And it wasn't until I got around some people and got different experiences and got, oh, damn,
But
I
I'm glad
didn't
you were
know.
able to change your mind, though. I'm glad that you were able to change your mind through your experiences, because some people can't, you know. So I
And
love
that's on
that.
them. But
Yeah.
but those people can't change their mind regardless if it's good or bad.
You know, it's interesting you brought that up. It's like that one catalyst. It's that one thing that can tip the scale. And I saw an interesting reel earlier that was talking about what's going on now in our country. And it was saying like it's a good thing Kamala didn't get in the office, because this shift in what's happening, the unveiling of all this white supremacy stuff, you know, it wouldn't have been there. It would have still been undercover, covert, like secret. And now that is out there and is overtly being displayed and like, you know, shoved down everybody's you know, throats and stuff, if you will, pause, I guess, for y'all. That that now everybody's eyes are unveiled and everyone can see. So now we see, maybe we see the crazy hate. So now we can kind of see it and realize
and
it.
that's
But,
and
you know,
that's why
that's
it's so
interesting.
unbelievable, not to make it political again, but that's why so much stuff that's going on in today's society is so unbelievable, because I'm like, are y'all not seeing what's
Right.
going on? Like, y'all not watching the same stuff I'm watching? Or y'all not? How can? And it's just like I said, you have some people that, because it's against whatever they believe, they're just okay with being fucking wrong.
Yeah.
And we have to be okay with those people that are okay being fucking wrong. They will listen.
10 toes
Baby
down.
boomers are dying out. It's facts.
We about to be the baby boomers.
Yeah.
So it takes
Ain't no we about
us
to be. We are.
yeah. So it takes us to look at the generations of our kids, grandkids, and be like, listen, hey, this how it used to be. Everything from this generation was not good. However, we have manners. We are more respected, more respectable, and give more respect to other people, because this is how we got, grew up.
Mhm.
Let's think about this.
Everything that we grew up with is not bad. And that's what is messing up this younger
Except
generation,
the crack.
because everything they think we did or happened in our generation, from the movies to the comedy to everything, they're clutching their purses more than we are, but yet they're in high school getting gangbanged.
Getting shot up though.
Let's
Doing
think about this.
heroin in high school is crazy.
Let's think about this right now. Even though people don't want to believe it, don't want to understand it, don't want to see it, we are the OGs, right? So when we say shit, we should be saying shit in a way where the youngins can understand what we saying, the same way how the OGs made sure we understood what was going on. But we in an era where people feel like, oh man, them young boys don't want to listen, so I ain't saying nothing. Them young chicks don't want to listen, so I ain't saying nothing. But the less y'all say, the more they're going to keep acting up. The more they're going to keep wilding out, because they know you ain't going to say nothing. You got to understand, right? Their parents, you said something, Freddie. Grandparents right now are in their 30s. So kids is growing up with kids and teaching kids how to raise kids to be grown kids. And people don't understand that. We got to start being OGs again. We got to be the OGs that we had, until y'all realize that y'all the OGs now. Y'all can't have them go talk to grandma or grandpa. Y'all can't do that. Y'all the old heads now. Y'all got to start talking to these motherfuckers. Stop thinking that you can hang with them in the club and drink with your kids. And no, man, grow the fuck up. You are the adults now. Regardless if you feel like you are or not, you are.
I literally had a young dude. He was telling me, yeah, me and my girl about to move in together. And I was like, hey, when y'all move in together, It changes things. He's like, no. You know, over my pop's house, he's there like every day. We cool. I just talked to the boy yesterday, and he was telling me a situation. He's like, yeah, she ain't do me right with the woo. And I was like, you remember? He's like, nah. He's like, I remember you telling me. And every time when I was going through this, I was like, he told me this. And a lot of times, too, the younger generation don't want to listen to us because they feel we don't know anything.
Mm-hmm. We got
Granted, you got to go through your own struggles and your
and that's
own battles.
part of life. That's part of life.
However, a lot of us old heads that are telling y'all young knuckleheads something is because we're trying to look out for you. We're not trying to sun you. We're not trying to put you in your place. We're not trying to do none of that. We see the path that y'all on. We've been there. Don't spend money, thousands of dollars on fucking clothes and jewelry. Put that shit in a fucking Roth IRA or fucking stocks or some shit and let it fucking mature.
So
I tell
with
people
that,
all the time.
yeah, with that, we got to go back and since the things we learned, like you said, Raw, go back and teach them. So all the time, like, kids, let's sit around the table and talk about a budget. What does a budget look like? What does your budget look like? What is you working with? And then I wish when I got my first job at 15, 16, that I listened to my grandpa and opened up a Roth IRA, because I'd be a millionaire right now already. And I'd be ready to retire. I wouldn't, or my 401k or whatever. In our culture, we don't talk about money. I know, Raw, the other week you said, it's weird for, they over there talking about how much this is, like the house or something, talking about money. But I think sometimes in certain circles, you got to talk about certain things because they're not going to be exposed to it otherwise.
No.
Like, talking about, oh, girl, moving in. All right, it's going to be different. How you know? Okay, I'm going to tell you. And this is why. This is a story of my life a little bit. And it all depends, too, about where you are in life and how they view you. Like, oh, you ain't Jay-Z. You ain't got $1 million. So you don't know nothing. Okay, that's fine. But they also don't know anything. So, I think it's just
it's. I had a young cousin one time. She was doing some reckless stuff on social media. I was like, "Hey, cuz, hey, don't move like that. Move like this." She was like, "Oh, you act like you know everything." Got you. Never told her another fucking thing ever again.
The other part is too that when you go and give some advice, no matter how you give it, I think that was last week, how you deliver the information or advice is the message or messenger. Sometimes you go and tell that person, and then they attacking you like, oh, you did, or you try to go be a village, right? I want to be a village for this youth. And now everybody attacking you. Don't be telling them what to do. You ain't nothing to them. So, oh, okay. So you're okay with how they moving. All right. You not their parent.
Same thing with, and I'm not trying to take anybody's shine. Trust me. I used to floss when I was young. If I got a little bit of money, I'm going to go buy jewelry. I'm going to go do.
That's what you want to do.
Like me, but my mindset has matured to where I'm looking at these proms and y'all spending $2,000 to rent out a McLaren, $3,000 to rent out a Rolls Royce, thousands and thousands of dollars on a one night,
and no
that's
money
not a marriage.
Or a picture.
How much for the first semester of college?
Facts.
Thank you. That part.
That
part. And I'm not trying to knock nobody's hustle. If you got it, you got it.
They don't got it in most of the times. You in a Section 8 apartment doing all of this. Looking silly.
I remember I was working with this chick, right? And this was crazy to me, right? We all sit in the room, and I'm one of the people, if the conversation ain't got nothing to do with me, a lot of times I really don't give a fuck. I'm not paying attention. Y'all talk about what y'all talking about. I don't care. And it was a bunch of us in there that felt the same way. So she was talking to the women in the beginning. Then she explained to us, she says, well, I'm about to buy my son, I forget whatever the fucking Canadian fucking expensive ass winter coats is. I can't think of the name of the shit. But she's like, no, it's not a North Face. It's some shit. I don't fucking know the name of it.
Columbia?
I always forget the name when I need to remember the shit. It is what it is. But the coat itself is like $2,500 for a fucking coat, right? So she's like, yeah, I bought one for myself.
Ain't that much
Montclair.
cold in
It's
the
a Montclair
air.
coat. My bad. It's a Montclair coat. So she's like, I'm gonna buy one. I bought one for myself, so I'm gonna buy one for my son. So all the men in the room, we ain't saying nothing. We minding our fucking business. So she said, what do y'all think about it? So all of us was like, man, we don't want nothing to do with this conversation. Y'all do what y'all do. She's like, nah, I want to know how y'all feel. So all of us was like, yo, you spending $2,500 for a coat for this man to go to school. He's 16 years old. Why do we need a $2,500 coat? Oh no, my son need to have the freshest shit. We're like, cool, well, do what you do. Like if that's how
why did you ask our opinion then?
But the thing is, you're the same age as us. If you feel like your son need to have it, go for it. We're not saying nothing. We just all of us like we stepping out of it.
It's like
so she's like, no, I really want to know how y'all feel. So all of us said the same thing. That's not a good idea for you to buy him a $2,500 coat at 16 years old just to go to school in. One, the young boy could end up getting rolled on, robbed for his coat, and all that. Oh man, my son know how to fight. It's not about him knowing how to fight.
Why would you put?
It's not about that.
Why put him in a situation? Women crazy. Why would he put?
You just said, Freddie. Why put him in a situation where he fighting over a coat that he don't need to fight for? Right. Then we said, secondly, let's think about it. At 16 years old, you giving this man a $2,500 coat, and they got nothing to do with nothing else, just a coat to wear to work. I said, now let's think about this. His whole life,
not work. His
whole life, he's going to chase that $2,500 coat for everything that he does.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know my son. So we all said, okay, well, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. We shut the fuck up. Like, we all try. Mind you, we've been trying to stay out the conversation the whole time, but she keeps like, no, I want to know how y'all feel. So we all said, listen, let's think about this, right? At 16, he got a coat that costs $2,500. That means his jeans gonna have to be expensive. His shirts, his drawers, his boxes, his socks.
Shoes, you know, he got
everything else got to be expensive at this point. So at what point do he not start chasing that right there specifically? So now he gets out of high school. He got 1 or 2 opportunities, right? Fresh out of high school, I'm not going to work at no bullshit ass job. Secondly, if I'm in college,
I want to be CEO. I want to make $1 million out the gate.
If I go to college, I still got to wear the same type of shit I was wearing at 16 because I'm older now. I can't go backwards. I can only go forward at this point. So the likelihood of this man out there hustling becomes extra high. Oh, my son would never do that. So we all shut the fuck up again. We all like, all right, well,
getting on my nerves.
He's telling you how men look at things. Leaving it at that. Oh, y'all don't know my son. Y'all just trying to put my son down. Y'all hating. Y'all just mad because y'all ain't got as good as my son. This is the conversation we have. So all of us is looking like, wait a minute. First of all, how did we get here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We wanted to argue.
The fact that we hating on your 16-year-old son because we telling you
that.
It's not a good idea. It's crazy.
It's not that.
We didn't want nothing to do with the conversation from the beginning.
The fact it was realistically, it was the fact that y'all didn't agree on her
stupid shit.
Parenting style. That's what it boils down to.
We already knew what it was.
It's not the outfit. It's not the things. It's y'all are chastising her parenting style. Like I remember saying something to someone, and they were like, "Oh, you think I'm a bad parent?" I was like,
"Nobody said that."
When did I say that? I just said, "Hey, this is how you should move," or "This is da 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 da," and they were like, "No, I feel like you telling me I'm a bad mom." Wait, what?
So I'll ask this: is she a single mom?
Let me add this one last. No, she was not a single mom. The chick I'm talking about was not a single mom.
Okay.
Secondly, all the women in the room.
The dudes probably don't have a spine in his backbone.
He did. If you knew her, you know he didn't. It is what it is. But secondly, all the women that was in the room that she was originally talking to was egging her on. Oh man, girl.
Yeah.
Mind you, this motherfucker's doing 30 hours of overtime a week.
Because she's stupid.
Because she's stupid. That get a $2,500 coat.
To make sure that the son that she gave birth to, who don't care about how much things cost, because she put that complex in his head.
Now.
He does now because you raised him that way. You know,
it's just like when a kid goes to a cell phone and be like, "Oh, I don't want no Android. You got to give me an iPhone." Well, why you need an iPhone? So I can FaceTime. That's it.
Y'all
That's why
remember?
you want to.
Y'all remember that Sweet 16, MTV
Oh,
Sweet 16?
yes.
Oh yeah.
And they would always come and I'm so mad he gave me the blue BMW and not the red one that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many kids?
Let me take that shit back.
Let me take your feet. How about that? Let me take your feet from you. You know, like it's. I think people have just done it. You know,
ahead,
just
Freddie,
like some. I think people just have perpetuated the ungrateful kid because they want to keep up with the Joneses. But it's okay. I feel like it's okay if you keeping up with the Joneses, but you also explaining to that kid where this comes from and how much these things are, and you're teaching them entrepreneurship as they're doing it. So it's like, okay, we earn this. Now we could go treat ourselves with this. It's not like, oh, I'm just born and I'm here, so I deserve a 2000
to get this shit.
Yeah, like
you know they did a study because Raw, you brought it up early in the show about where people saying, "Oh, these dudes are deadbeat dads" and all that, right? They legit did a study. A single father raising kids versus a single mother raising kids. And statistically, and y'all know I'm going to be honest, statistics are skewed, whatever, right? But they proved that most kids that are raised by a single father are more well equipped for life than with the single mother.
Yeah. I can see that. You want to know why? Because at dad's house ain't probably that much food. There's no abundance. There may not be any nurturing.
I get what you're saying.
Okay, so like in Boys in the Hood, when Trey went to go move with his dad, he had to go. Dad had a schedule. He lifted weights. He had guidance. He had structure. He wasn't like, "Oh, your feelings today, you don't feel good today. I'll fix you some pancakes with happy faces on them." Ain't nobody doing that in dad's house. And if sometimes, the bathroom stank, you don't want it to stink, clean it. That's it. Sometimes you're going to hear your dad's, visitors, you know what I'm saying? Well, shoot, that's what it is. It's a different, because men and women are different. Mars and Venus. Men are going to treat and have their household completely different. There's so many horror stories I've heard of men, like not horror stories, but like resiliency that they teach their sons. Like, hey, yeah, you're going to have to ride your bike to football practice. You doing 2-a-days. Yeah. And like,
right.
Where mom would be like, not my baby. I gotta drop him off and then get him some Gatorade and watch him and pat his head down and stuff. It's a nurture.
My wife told me one day, "I'm tired." I said, "Well, why are you so tired?" "Oh, I had to get up because the boy had to be to school early." I said, "Well, why the fuck you had to get up?"
Well, I gotta wake him up.
The nigga school is a 15-minute walk. So you got up early to drive this nigga to school to come back home to get dressed so you could drive back to. No, I'm not. That nigga already knew when I was home. You knocked on my door for
one extent, I get that, because I was like, my son, he could go to football practice, but he had to cross highways, and he a little black boy in a white area where it's dark. And I'm like, y'all not running my kid over. Just like, boom, little back kid,
cross highways. No.
Still could have walked with his homies. Ain't no highways involved. It's regular.
Well, yeah, that's different. That's different.
Like, it is what it is. Do what
I had to. You know how much we walked back in the day, though. I think that's also part of it. Like, if we're not giving these kids opportunities, the chance to be kids in the environment, then they're not going to thrive. If there's no reason for them to survive, now I will say that kids get
a lot of shit that I won't let my daughter do that I did.
That is true.
I cannot let her go to sleepovers, and because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, right. But that's because of our traumas.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of things. And that's a lot of a reason why the kids are the way they are. Not saying for you, Myron, but we project our traumas onto our kids. We be like, oh, we got our ass beat too much. I'm not doing that to my kid. Well,
Now
maybe
you
your
get
kid needs his
wild.
ass beat.
Nah.
Or,
Hey,
Wild as fuck.
or, hold on.
Promise.
Or we say, well, I didn't have, so I got to give my kid everything.
Yep.
Everything.
Hey,
And that's
I love
probably
this.
her situation.
I
That is
love
probably
this.
her situation where she's like, I didn't have as a kid, and I'll be damned if my kid needs anything. So even if I don't think he needs it, I'm gonna get it for him.
Yep. I love this analogy because people are always like, I say this, everybody buying Jordans is a trauma response to them growing up poor. Because a lot of people, I'm like, why you buying Jordan? Why you a sneakerhead so much?
Oh,
Well,
man, I ain't had them shits when I was young. I couldn't get
I
them
didn't
shits.
have them when I was younger. I'm like, so now that's a little image everybody into marketing and capitalism. You know what I'm saying? They capitalizing on our traumas and emotional. You know what I'm saying? Nostalgia.
They are literally only releasing the shit that we couldn't get as kids. They're not even making new shit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why they're doing that.
Because as soon as you see them drop, you're like, oh, I got to get them because in 1992, I was poor as shit. My mom was on crack and I couldn't get them. And you know what? And then I remember the dude in the neighborhood had them and he was this shit. He got all the bitches, so I got to get them too now. So I feel that way. And like you said, Raw, when is he going to start chasing it or stop chasing it? Because I know so many dudes now who like, oh, if I ain't going VIP, I can't go. Or if I ain't got the flyest stuff on, then I can't go. But it's like, what are you doing to get that fly stuff? You know, like, what is it really?
I'm not gonna hold you. If I got a 5-time Zoom at a concert, I ain't going.
Yeah,
I'm not really a concert person, so I ain't going in.
Not no
I
more.
mean, I'm like that
But
too.
I'm just saying, I do
VIP.
have standards, and I'm okay with my standards.
I ain't gonna lie.
And that's fine. But you're grown.
Wait, hold on. Time out, Ref. Who the fuck
grown.
is you to have standards? You a man. You can't have no fucking standards.
But your stuff, Hectic, also, your standards is low because you're a man anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
I'm just saying, this is what most shit, like, he's a man, so, you know.
Well, no, if it's past the 200 sections, we ain't there.
Yeah, I'm the same way, bro. I got spoiled with VIP or like close up. I'm not on the front row. I don't need all that. I don't like looking up.
Yeah. Floor up to the 200. That's where I'm at. If it's past that, y'all have a great night.
Listen, everybody like what they like. They need what they need. I don't think that's the conversation that really hurts things. I think when we get into the fact that people believe you shouldn't have a preference or you shouldn't like a certain thing, I think
it's a preference when it matters to them.
Yes, men and women should have a preference.
If they say, oh, if you're 5 foot and taller, I can't mess with you. But the chick's 4'11", she's like, that don't have nothing to do with me. I'm sure.
So we was at work one day and we was all talking, and this, white guy, very, to himself. He's a different type of white guy. We was sitting there and they was just joking like,
I really want to know what that means, but keep going.
A different type of white guy.
Y'all know. Okay, so he's not the broke type of white guy. He's the like anime.
Bob. Hey, I'm Bob.
Not even a Bob. He's like anime type of, nerdy kind of guy, introverted a little bit.
I like anime. What you trying to say?
Are you a white guy? Are you introverted?
I am.
I believe I'm introverted at times.
I'm definitely.
Anyway,
I'm hella.
He was sitting there, and he was like,
"Y'all lucky I'm even on this show. That's how introverted I am."
And he was like, they was like, "Oh, thicker than a Snicker," and they was explaining what thicker than a Snicker is, and they was like, "Oh, well, do you like them thicker than a Snicker?" He was like, "No." And everybody got upset with him. Like, one, I laughed like, "Ha, that's funny." But the heavier chick got upset
because she
the heavier chick, right? And I'm like, well, maybe you're not thicker than a Snicker to him, or like maybe you're too thick to Snick. I don't know, but like that's his preference. Why are you mad? Because he doesn't want a big girl. That's fine. Everybody doesn't want a big girl, and I
how
just laughed
dare
at it.
him?
I'm like, you
How
mad?
the audacity that he
It's
would
just-
have not to like all of this.
It's that it reminded me of that Dave Chappelle skit with the racial pixies. Like he's over there, like, look at her little flat butt. I love it. Like, you know, some people love a little flat butt. Some
I
people
can't
like
stand
little
them.
teeny tiny titties. You know what I'm saying? It's all in
I'm
preference.
okay with those.
Right. Somebody like the teardrop or the petite.
Somebody I
booty.
work with told me one day if she weighed more than 120, she's not an option for him. And I looked at him, I'm like, damn, that's crazy, but if that's what you like, that's what you like, my guy. It is what it is. Like
That's damn near a boy.
Hey, that's a hey.
listen, you already know how I feel, son. I'm just saying, like
If you say a certain, that's a child after a while.
Yeah,
certain
right. Like,
I was at the gym. I was at the gym today, right? There was a chick in the gym. This chick, I'm talking about, she had like negative titties and negative ass. She had to
not
be about
negative.
negative.
bro,
They was sunk in like
when the back stands out more than the ass, I know what you're talking about.
She had to be about 93 pounds, all types of shit, right? Now, mind you, she had a nerve to be looking at everybody crazy as if everybody was staring at her. Bitch, you look like a boy. Like, I'm just saying, like, nobody's paying attention to you. You can work out freely. Secondly, we all in the gym trying to work out. Stop fucking. First of all, here's what a lot of ladies don't understand, right? I'm looking at you because you looking at me. A lot of times, you gotta understand, we really not paying attention to y'all. But if I feel I feel your eyeballs burning the shit out of my fucking skull, at some point I'm gonna look your fucking way. Don't turn around and be looking, oh, disgusted. You looking at me. That's the only reason you know I'm looking at you. And I felt you looking at me, so I looked your way. What the fuck?
Hey, Rod, did she hit you with the Java? You know they be having the S-shaped bodies.
Listen,
Twined out like they be trying to tip some shit out.
When I see rib bones up here, it's a wrap for me. You can't do nothing for me.
So
I'm just saying.
That's sad. You probably got body dysmorphia and really be
listen,
thinking,
it's
you know
a dude. It's a
at her and
dude.
all of that.
It's
That's
a dude that would lick the fuck out them rib bones. It just won't be the fuck me. It is what it is.
But it doesn't have. That's what I'm saying. Like people think I need to attract everyone in the whole world. No, you don't. Like you don't. Do you even really want that attention?
Like you? What the fuck? Like
do you even really want
like you?
All that attention from everybody? Everybody, you really don't, and you be creeped out by it because they do. So women don't know.
I need women to understand. Sometimes
no, hold on, wait. Big screen her again. Big screen her again, and have her say.
You heard me. I said women don't know what they want, and I can say the same for men. Men don't know what they want. Women don't know what they want. People don't want to.
I know what I want.
Your cake and eat it too. You want to piss on bitches?
I knew it. I'll wait for
all of them.
Clearly he does.
But for real, women don't know what they want. There's so many times I've heard a woman say, you know, I just want a man to come around and just like do the things that he need to do, dick me down, and then leave. I don't need him to be around all the time. And then like it's funny because I'm like, you know, he gonna have other women then, right? He can't have. But you just said you want him to be your part-time lover, pretty much, and be around at the preference.
At her beck and call.
Yeah, at her beck and call. One, that's a little narcissistic, ladies, just saying. And then two, like it's just and I get it. You want that attention and you want to have that control, but at the same time, you have to understand there's a give to it. So you got to understand, one, women outnumber men a lot. So you're gonna have you might be overlapping some dick, just to let you know. You know what I mean? So it just might happen.
You said that. Well, you said
because
y'all sharing whether y'all know it or not.
And that's what I'm saying. We sharing dick whether we know it or not. I think it's so interesting that, like, you know, one, black men are out there. There are tons of black men that don't cheat. So let me, you know, I'm just gonna say that I'm not generalizing black men at all. There's some that don't cheat. There's some that cheat. There's some that piss on them. There's some that love them. It's a lot of different, a plethora of black men out there that love on women differently. And
I
that's
am
just
glad I check off 3 of the boxes.
but you 3 of the 4. It's okay.
Yeah.
He don't love them hoes.
But
He will randomly call you up if he pissed on you and took you out and treated you nice. But hey, bitch, you ain't shit to me. I see you later. Bye.
I can't help it. I'm a gentleman. Like I told
I'm a
someone, I
gentleman,
open
so I'ma
doors.
say
I
hello and
open
good
doors
morning.
for women. I can't help it. I might not like you, but I'm gonna still open your door for you.
Listen, I said this
Absolutely.
before and I say it again. When I watched the video and the chick explained that in her mind, she wanted a dude that did all the nice things, bring her flowers, open the door, pull out her chair, all that shit. And the dude actually did it. And
she
she
didn't
never
like
talked
it.
to him again because she
And she
didn't
didn't
like
like
the way
it.
that shit feel.
Hey,
It was just like, wow,
but
that's
she
it.
was too much. She didn't, and that's what I'm saying. Like you ask for it, but when you get it, you don't understand what it is. And maybe it's she wanted some rough shit. Oh, you wanted him to be like, "Hey, ho, let me open your door." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you wanted him to be mean to you a little bit. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't want my man to be mean to me.
Y'all like y'all roughneck. It is what the fuck.
And
it
here's
is.
the thing. If I want that, I'm gonna go get a roughneck who's going to disrespect me. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what you want. But you should, I don't know. It's very interesting because some women are like, oh, he's too nice. He's too nice. Oh, he's too nice.
I ain't gonna lie. I hate when I hear he's too nice. That shit always fucks with me.
So for me,
that shit is weird to me.
For me, if a man is too nice, that means he talked to everybody and he just talked too damn much. Shut your mouth.
Fellas, don't be friendly.
Yeah,
Don't-
right?
You can't be a friendly person.
No,
like you can't.
and sometimes though
the
the friendliness
Don't say
for me,
shit.
sometimes it just means they long winded. Like, damn, we was gonna leave, but now we can't because this motherfucker talking to everybody in the room. But I'm
Fellas,
single as shit.
Don't you dare say hello, goodbye, how you doing? Don't you wave
Look
at
at the floor.
Nigga, stare at the ground.
In fact,
and
close
walk.
your
Mind
eyes.
your fucking business.
In fact, put these glasses on, close your eyes, and take my hand like you blind,
Hey, yo.
bitch, and walk.
All right, let me get the fuck out of here. This nigga. Just so you know, heck, she's never gonna let you live down the fact you voted.
That's cool. I like her. I like her.
I love
crawling in
it.
like a South Park character too. Anywho, I've been thinking a lot about labels lately, and not just the one people put on clothing or brands, but the ones they put on identity, because they tell me why. In today's society, a man who likes women has to be labeled as his scientific classification: heterosexual, cisgender male. Where are we at? What point did a man who likes women stop being enough? When did we start over engineering something that used to be so simple? And I get it. Language evolves, society evolves, but sometimes it feels like we're adding so many layers that we're no longer describing people. We're filling them into bureaucratic characterizations and categories, and then we wonder why communication feels disconnected. But let me not act like it's just one-sided conversation. Do you think women constantly emasculate men? Yes, I said that on purpose because there's a strange dynamic right now where men are either trash, dangerous, or in need of fixing, depending on the conversation. And I'm not saying criticism isn't valid. There are men who deserve every bit of accountability they get. But when narratives become blanket judgment instead of individual responsibility, we lost the plot. At the same time, let's not pretend women don't get placed on pedestals when accountability gets blurred either. Social media doesn't help that victimhood, attention, validation, it all gets mixed into one big emotional algorithm. And that leads me to something uncomfortable. Do we feel like we're actually teaching the youth correctly right now? Because it looks because I look around and I don't see a generation being taught balance. I see extreme become normalized. Either men are told to suppress everything and just do better, or they're told inherently that they are the problem. And women are either told they're empowered no matter what choices they make, or they're shielded from any form of critique under the banner of protection. And where is the middle ground? Where both sides learn responsibility without resentment? Because accountability culture right now feels selective. It's loud when it's convenient and silent when it's complacent. And here we go. I know some people might get uncomfortable, but women want to hold men accountable. And I agree that that's necessary. But who holds anyone accountable when false narratives are pushed, when things are exaggerated, when stories are shaped in a way that damages not just the individual, but the credibility of real victims? That's the part people don't want to touch because it gets messy fast. And I'm not here dismissing real experiences. Let's be clear on that. But when truth becomes flexible depending on the emotion or public reaction, everyone loses trust in everything. And without trust, accountability becomes performative instead of being held to a principle. Now, shifting gears, the Met Gala. Every year, it's the same thing. Who showed up? Who didn't show up? Who wore what? Who broke the theme? Who looked ridiculous? Who looked iconic? But this year, something else stood out more than the outfits, the men, or better yet, the commentary around the men. There's always this split reaction. Some people praise the creativity, others question the masculinity. Others call it performative art, and others call it nonsense. And I just sit back thinking, why is male expression still treated like a debate topic? If a man shows up too traditional, he's boring. If he shows up too expressive, he's questioned. If he doesn't show up at all, it becomes a think piece about relevance. At some point, it feels like men can't just exist in culture, they have to justify their presence in it. And then you also have all the chatter around who didn't attend the Met Gala this year, celebrities missing, people opting out, some choosing not to participate at all. And that actually says more than the red carpet itself, because absence is becoming its own statement now. People are realizing they don't have to show up just because tradition says so. And whether that's rebellion, fatigue, or strategic branding, it's still interesting. But the bigger picture I keep coming back to, we are living in a time where everything is being interpreted, analyzed, and assigned meaning, even when sometimes people are just living. A man is no longer just a man, a woman is no longer just a woman. And red carpet isn't just fashion, it's cultural ramification. A mistake isn't just a mistake, it's a permanent identity. And I think we're going to fix that by adding more labels, more outrage, and more division. Maybe the uncomfortable truth is we need more honesty and less performance from everyone involved. Because right now it feels like everyone is talking to each other and very few people are actually listening. Until that changes, we're just going to keep recycling the same arguments, just with better outfits, louder opinions, and more hashtags. And you heard it right here at Enlightened Idiots, where we're at Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, if there's any comments or any topics or anything that y'all want to say, go ahead and drop those in the comments. We will reach out, we will respond, and hey, who knows? Maybe your show idea would be on the front runner and we might talk about it one day. But don't be scared. If you're scared, we just keep talking about some bullshit. You know what I mean? So keep tuned in every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.